what you do is you make your world very, very, very small, and you focus on only the next exact step you're going to take, the next stitch, the next movement of my hand. That is easily the best piece of advice out of 1,000 episodes.
I'd rather be in the past for the simplicity of things, being more connected, not glued to your phone, not having your whole life on display.
Yeah.
I think we just adapt.
100%. I agree with that. We will adapt to anything.
Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life.
Welcome back to another episode of Next to Madison. I am your host, Madison Malloy, and on today's episode, we are talking about the world of AI, artificial intelligence. We are also covering data centers, if you should be worried about your job, if you should be scared or upset about the data centers. Are the dinosaurs coming back? And can we actually get rid of wrinkles using artificial intelligence? We dive into everything from Neuralink to the improvements of life to what life used to be like, adapting your mindset. This is an insane episode, but it's all with the main focus of artificial intelligence. So if you're nervous about AI or you're excited about AI, this episode is absolutely for you. I am sitting down with the host of one of the most successful technology podcasts, Joel Beasley, the Modern CTO. So we'll be right back after this message with our guest.
Hi, it's your host, Madison Malloy. For those of you who don't know, I've written and created a powerful collection of books to help you build confidence, shift your mindset, and attract the life you truly want. From Time to Lighten the F Up, to Affirm and Flourish, Color Your Way to Abundance, and more. These aren't just books, they're tools for transformation. Grab a copy now on Amazon or at madisonmalloy.com. Now back to the show.
All right, we are back on this episode of Next to Madison with our guest. Again, he is the host of the Modern CTO Podcast about all things technology that are going on in the world, and that's what we're diving into in this episode. And also a stand-up comedian. Joel Beasley is in studio. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you. So I just found out that you're also a stand-up comedian, and I love that because I was a stand-up comedian. And so I feel like
we've got that.
Issues together. I'm fist pumping you. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have issues. We heal. This is what we do. We make people laugh. But I really want to focus this episode on technology.
Okay.
Especially around AI. Okay. So you have built software platforms. You've been in the tech space for over 20 years. So you're very familiar with it. You're running a very successful podcast, Modern CTO, that has amassed a ton of listeners. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
By the way. So let's talk about it. I want to start with data centers. Data centers are all the thing. People are like, I don't want these data centers and they're going to do this and they're going to take our water and the energy. What is the truth behind the data centers? Why are they needed? What are the downsides and what are the positives?
Yeah, the most interesting thing to me has been to see the people take the pitchforks and be like anti-data center.
Okay.
And then it's always a very nuanced conversation. You mentioned 4 or 5 different things that people will complain about, from water to electricity going up to noise, all of these things. This is not the first industry to ever emerge. We have rules and laws around noise ordinances and water consumption and all of this stuff. So when I saw the people get real angry, I found out that a lot of them, as I started like engaging with them, I found out that they have very surface level knowledge. They'll just see like my bill went up 2 cents. And I also saw an article that the data center is new in town. Correlation, causation, right? They're like, this is why it's happening. And there may be some truth to that because every single data center is different. Every single city, their planning commission, their zoning, it's all different. But when I see people say, hey, we should just stop this and shut them down because they're named data center, it's like, okay, well, what if there's an industrial manufacturing company, maybe makes car parts or something, that's using more water than a data center would use, that's using more electricity than like, what if they're like, you can't just say data center bad. You have to actually look at the physics, the underlying, how much consumption, and then is that consumption regulated? Like, I'm sure there's some cities.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact ones, but I'm sure there at some point there's a city that like greenlit a data center, or they did it within the zoning, but they didn't have anything on there about the water consumption, and then they started using more water than the average person uses.
Yeah.
And well, then you have to say, okay, well, they stepped over the bounds. We found out this is a problem. Now we have to regulate it to some degree. We have to put something in place to ensure that. So the answer is not stop data centers. The answer is give them parameters in which they can operate. Yes, you can build it, but it can't be this noisy, right? Yes, you can build it. It can't use that much water. And if you're going to have to do like electricity upgrades, transmission line studies, all of that, you have to pay for them. And I think, because I talk a lot about the data center stuff.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that's happened is that the data centers will come in. They're very intelligent people. They're like some of our best engineers that we have.
Yeah.
And they'll want to build these massive data centers because they're very profitable and they're necessary. We need them. But then the infrastructure in the city is like 1980s energy infrastructure. Like it's not updated. It's very old.
Yeah.
And so they start educating the city essentially on modern practices. And then the city's like, oh, we need to upgrade the grid. We haven't upgraded this since the 80s. Our population has tripled. And now we're getting new businesses like data centers that are coming up that need even more electricity. And so they're like, now we need to update the grid. And then that makes everybody's electricity price go up.
Yeah.
So it's like, did the data center cause that? Maybe, kind of. Like,
so explain to people that aren't as immersed in this world as you are, why data centers are needed and what they're for, and why are we seeing them? Is it for AI?
It's for everything. So to the data center, there's no difference if it's a AI or if you're streaming Netflix or if you're commenting on Instagram.
Yeah, everything's digital now.
It's all the same. It's all compute. It's megawatts, that's... So is that...
So we need these data centers.
That's why I think it's so fascinating that these people are just like, we don't want the AI data centers. I was like, what about all the other data centers?
Right. What about your Netflix and your Paramount Plus? Yeah.
Like every other, and then you get into the argument amongst the technological philosophers and all that of what even is AI. There's argument because there's procedural there's all these different types of coding and programming. It's like, at what point do you and there's not even a clear line on that. We know one end of the spectrum, we know the other, but it's just the experts disagree and argue all day on like where the exact moment your AI is. Yeah.
Okay, so the data centers are needed so we can enjoy the luxuries of Dropbox, Gmail, Netflix, Paramount.
Well, that
AI.
Booking a plane ticket. The planes being able to route themselves and drive them. The GPS systems for the planes.
So why are we seeing now, we've had planes, we've had all this for the internet for years and years and years. Why is the conversation around the data centers being so heightened now when we've obviously had some of these centers before? Yeah,
I think there's two things at play. I think it's one, people just noticing like, hey, my bill went up. You get a viral TikTok video. It's like, my bill went up and there's a data center. You make like a song out of it or something. And then now everybody's talking about it. That's just how humans work now.
Yeah. It's like the fear mongering. In a way,
It's part of how we work. And that's one of the reasons it can emerge. I think there's also other countries and stuff that are paying to fuel that division here. There's a premium for like America being divided and from like a geopolitical standpoint. Yeah. And it's been shown in multiple different reports that countries mess with our elections, they mess with our sentiment and our values. They'll put family, so there's an incentive for the other rest of the world to have us be divided when anything that just naturally pops up, like a data center or some other sensitive issue, they want to pour the kerosene on that. So they might not necessarily be starting the fire, but they're helping fuel it. Yeah. And so I think those two things are the main cause of the data center. And I bet you in there, just like with everything, there was one town where the cost went up exactly because of the data center. Everyone's like, well, it must be everything. Well, I know we're sitting in Tennessee and, there's been a big thing about, why do they have to build the data center by the zoo? And the data center by the zoo is the big thing. This is what we need for our infrastructure so people aren't understand. They think that the stuff's going to leak into the zoo. I mean, there's so much fear stuff. Yeah. It's like the 5G stuff all over again. Or like Y2K. Yeah. When the world was going to end. Or 2012. Do you know I heard there's people still living in bunkers from 2012. I'm not surprised. People are nuts. I remember I was filming in 2012
we were filming a little like comedy sketch short thing. And I gotta make sure I keep my legs closed because I'm gonna dress. And we're at this gym. And it was a weekend, and we're filming like in the evening and the night. And that's it's 2012. Tonight the world's supposedly supposed to end. And we're all in the gym, and I think we were taking a nap or something like that. And we walk outside, and we're like, yeah, everything looks good. I think we're good to go. But people literally thought, and I heard there's people that have never come
Well,
out
and
of
there's
the
also
bunkers.
people who lived in towns that did have that technological bug that wasn't fixed. So their power did go out.
Oh, God.
So it's a small number, but that definitely has happened.
It's almost like that movie. What was that? I don't know. I don't think it was The Town. It was a movie that took place in like the 1800s and way back in the day. And they were, living this old school life. And they're like, you can't go in the forest. There's these monsters. And you try to go in the forest and there'd be these things and they keep you in. And then finally somebody got so sick. They're like, we have to go. We have to get him help at a different place. And they get past these monsters in the forest. And they run out and they see a bus. You remember this movie?
No.
God, it was called. It was so good, though. And they were like, what they realized it was modern day.
Yeah.
That these people had created this cult to, like, keep them stuck in the past.
That's crazy.
Because they didn't want to, like, adjust to. And I feel with the rise in AI and data centers and the fear-mongering and the division that we're going to start witnessing some of that actual stuff happen where people are like, we're just going to buy like a compound or like a huge plot of land.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll just like create our own community and we won't let anyone out. Like, and we can live, not like the Amish necessarily, but sort of.
Yeah, the Amish are great.
Yeah, the Amish are living like pre-technology. Then there's going to be like little things that are like, we're going to live pre-AI. You know what I mean? Like, you
Absolutely.
just don't know. It's wild. But I'm like, but AI is doing such good things too, like as far as the advancements in the medical field.
Yeah. Biology, a lot of the advancements we have seen are silicon-based,
Yeah.
We're about to see a lot of biological advancements as well. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think as far as like, is there, like, because somebody had said, a guest on this podcast had said, like, yeah, there's going to be something like you can, swallow it. It's not going to be like the size of a pill and you swallow it and it just goes to work and fixes everything that's in your body, which then would put out dentists, doctors.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No one's like, I love going to the dentist.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, okay, but AI is coming for a lot of jobs. They said accountants, lawyers, finance people.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the trade stuff. What is going to happen, and how do these people who have worked so hard for their careers navigate this? And what do they do? What are we going to do with these people? I think AI is a great thing, but I think we need to be prepared. You can't just take all these people, educated people, out of a job.
I mean, you can, but it's not gonna.
But like I'm just saying, it's going to wreak havoc on society.
It is. Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Elon Musk tried to warn us, and we were like, no. He went around for years telling people, like, hey, you guys got to be watching out for this. And we're just like, nah, put on the gas.
What year did he start doing that?
Trying to think what was happening in my life when I saw him doing it. I think it was 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
And we're all like, no way.
Yeah. He was going to people in the government and things like that and telling them like, hey, we need to control this. And they're like, no. But now the genie's out of the bottle.
Well, and the thing too is I was talking to some AI guys.
I think that means the show's
We need
over.
my logo back up, baby. Yeah, we're in the studio. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see.
You've been working so hard today.
I know.
The TV was like, I'm tired.
done.
I'm tired.
You need to go home. You need to immediately go home, right? No, but yeah, he was warning. But the thing is, I don't know. It's like, you don't know what. Oh, I was talking to these guys, these AI guys, and I said, and they said AI can become sentient. That's their fear.
Okay.
And so if they decide they need more water to be better, or more air, oxygen, they don't care about us. They care about them. Mm-hmm. So they're going to cut off water or oxygen or whatever. That can happen. So I said, well, why don't they try to stop this in the government? And they said, here's the issue. You can't put rules and regulations around in the U.S. because China and Russia and all the other countries are going to keep advancing. And if they keep advancing and we're not picking up, we're going to get
destroyed,
taken over by them.
Yeah.
So there is no stopping it because all these countries are going.
Yeah.
So not to be fear-mongering, that's the whole point of this podcast is I want people to leave excited about the future, how to pivot, because we all need to make money.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Like, how are these people going to make money? It's like Elon. Elon was on a podcast with somebody recently, and he said, 5 years, you won't need to save. No, saving for retirement will be irrelevant. What the fuck did he mean by that?
Oh, you've got so many points that I don't know which one I want to go to first.
I know, sorry.
Let's. I think people should be the appropriate amount of scared, and so I am net positive long term.
Okay.
I think we're going to get to this point. It's going to be a great point. We're going to have amazing quality of life. I think Elon's on the right track where he's going to have just incredible amounts of abundance and all of this.
Yes.
That's great. That's a destination and that we're going to reach in the future. Now, how that will roll out is you'll see consolidations of roles and industries overnight. Just like whoosh, just gone. Like today, like we just don't need this role anymore and then it's gone. And then we don't need that role. And the thing is, we are experiencing that at such a rapid pace. Like before, if a new technology was going to enter the market, distribution, like let's use an example of a crane.
Okay.
You know, like replacing manual labor, right? Like physical hard labor. You had to build those cranes. They had to get purchased. You had to distribute them. The amount of physical time, we're talking months or years from the time you place them. Like, it takes time to distribute this technology. In that time, people can figure out, you can start to kind of see the trades as you're going through high school, or you can kind of read the tea leaves and figure out how to position yourself for when you're going to enter the economy. So what's happened now is that's compressed and it's like instantaneous. Like it's wild how quickly it's going to happen. And so you say, okay, we've got the natural barrier of humans. They really like their habits and patterns.
Yeah.
And so they're just because it exists, there's going to take some time socially for us to adopt the technology and deploy it. So that's like a somewhat of a positive safeguard, just the natural human tendencies. And then, yeah, that to me, I think is one of the most promising things to keep it from happening too quickly. But then when it does happen, and it will happen in certain spaces, it's going to very specifically affect groups of people, and I think increasingly larger amounts of people in professions, and it's just going to destroy it. And so it's a lot like, here's what I think about when I think about this. I think about, maybe not say that.
No, now you got to emphasize you destroy it. You can't just leave us hanging on that.
Kids dying in car accidents.
Okay.
Before seatbelts were a thing.
Yep.
And airbags and all that. It takes, you have to see that you would think they build the car, someone has the idea, that makes sense, let's put it in, let's require it, all of this stuff. You'd think, but the laws always work retroactively to the tragedy. So the laws work retroactively so the tragedy has to occur.
Yeah.
The government's not proactive.
Right.
So when you talk about universal basic income and everything, like it's like, yes, the government is not proactive. The tragedy will occur, then everyone will go chaos, unrest, and then we need to do solution now. So I know that's how it's going to unfold because that's how it unfolds. That's how our system is designed to deal with this stuff. We don't react early. We react when there's large amounts of data and tons of pain.
Yes.
And we have to do something.
Yes.
So when we look at that applied to the situation we're facing now, it's like there is going to be pain, but there is going to be a reaction to it. And the good thing is there's so many people pre-thinking and seeing this. And it's like the average person has heard of this concept and understands AI, which has been the coolest thing for me. You know, my whole life, like so few people outside of my group like knew to talk about technology, like had words and we could share the same. Like now I'm at Chick-fil-A and I hear 2 15-year-old girls in the booth next to me having conversations about Claude and stuff. And I'm like, this is, for me, it's so cool. It's like everyone just entered my world.
Yes,
like the whole outside.
right.
So I think it's great.
Yeah.
But okay, so there's going to be a lot of pain. We're pre-imagining great solutions. So hopefully we'll reduce that friction point. But also 2 other things that make me optimistic.
Okay.
The first one is, what is money, right? Money is a way humans transfer value amongst each other. Mm-hmm. The hedgehogs don't have money. The bears don't have money.
Right.
If we gave them $1, they'd be like, why did you do that tree?
Yeah.
Like they don't. So humans, we trade value with each other through money. It's a medium.
Right.
And so that process will not stop.
Yes.
That process will continue. So for the people who are saying like, hey, I'm scared. What do you do when you get scared? Figure out your next step. Look at how can you bring value to other people and how can you develop that skill. And so that you will always have money. I mean, that's what they want, right? They want to
You're
be able to
being paid in exchange for goods and services.
Absolutely.
So make sure you know what your good or service is.
And it's changing, and it's always changed throughout history. And it's amazing how people, when the conversation happens, and this is why I like you being a comedian and talking to crowds, is you know what it's like to talk to an individual and then a crowd, and the intelligence is just vastly different. Mm-hmm. And so when you're dealing with these crowd dynamics, it's just like it's a whole other level. When you got like all these people commenting on like what's going to happen.
Yeah, and like pushing the fear out for the clicks and the clickbait. Yeah. Now you got social media, so it's like there's just so much, stuff out there. So when you say there's going to be pain, what do you think will happen and for how long? I'm not saying you have to be correct, but like what would be like your guess?
Well, I mean, just the other day at some tech company, they laid off 21,000 people. I mean, there's a layoff tracker. They're laying off tens of thousands of people. Why would you have the 50 men who could move a boulder when you have a crane? Yeah. The crane's there now. Sorry, guys. We just don't need you.
Right.
Now, the weird thing at this crowd level is the people who have this baseline assumption that they were somehow promised, I have to learn one trade and I'll be set for the rest of my life. Oh, that's this underlying thing that everyone's like, this isn't fair. It's like, wait, what school did you, where did you go? Or someone's like, you're only going to have to learn one thing.
Yeah, just
at one point in time.
Counting, you'll be good.
And then that will carry you through every possible transition and for the rest of your existence. Yeah. No one ever said that. But it's like this implied thing that a large group of people have.
Yes. Well, it's an interesting point. I would say the majority of people kind of had it. Yeah. Like, I'll do this. And that's why we don't have as many entrepreneurs as we really should, is because people think like, well, like I can't start a jewelry business. I'm an accountant. Yeah. Or I work in finance, or, they've got these like titles. I'm in fashion. Yeah. They don't know how to kind of break away from the fact that you don't have to have like tunnel vision. Oh. But what about these people that are like, I'll be frank with you. My dad's almost 76, still an active working CPA. Yeah. I get nervous.
That he's going to make a mistake because he's old?
Nope. Oh. That his job will be gone before he wants to retire.
Oh. Yeah. So the best way to preserve your job, regardless of where you're at, is to go talk to an LLM, a Gemini, a Grok, a ChatGPT. Go talk to one and ask them how you can, what AI tools are emerging in the space, and then ask them to teach you to learn those tools. So early on in my career, we would build software that would actually reduce the size of an accounting team. Take 30 people, bring it down to 2. Yep. And we would go in and we'd show them the software. 28 of them would hate it. 2 of them would be like, that's cool. Yeah. The 2 people who had jobs were the 2 people that they only needed to maintain the automated system that we had built. Yeah. And they were we weren't trying to recruit the people who were mad at us for bringing in new software that their pattern was going to change on a daily basis. The people who came and they're like, hey, this is so cool. Show me all we we don't want to be doing this. You've made all these improvements. Like, this is, show me how it works. How'd you do it? Did you think about this? Did you think about that? And then they become like the people. So be that person. If he's the CPA and that stuff's coming in, you're like, how are people using this? What are the smartest CPAs in the world? The most advanced ones with the AI? And then you'll always be in the fold. It's work.
Yeah.
It's effort, and it's not easy. You have to do it.
So do you think there'll be a lot of new jobs now that are created? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you think some of these new jobs will be? Because, and then funny, it would less than 10 years ago, they said, oh, become a web developer or become a coder. Those jobs are gone.
I mean, they're still there. They just have compressed.
Yeah.
Like, significantly.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is wild. So what do you think the new jobs will be?
Well, definitely I do think, so we talked about rapid job loss of specific industries, but there's also going to be rapid job gains of brand new industries.
Yeah.
The space exploration stuff's constantly yielding new job. There's going to be new biologics, all sorts of new things happening. And for one example, the industry in the United States for small modular nuclear reactors has just, we're competing with the other countries now to build these small modular reactors.
Wow.
And so that just created so many jobs. And we're able to do that better through the technology that we have. We can hire people faster with the AI. We can do all of these things faster so there's a lot of positive. One of the best examples of all of this is the US Postal Service. When the internet came out, everyone goes, oh my God, you're going to send an email. The Postal Service is dead. No one's ever going to send a piece of mail again. Nobody saw Amazon.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that we would ship so much more. We are shipping more packages per pound and more mail than we have ever shipped before. And everyone thought when the technology came out that this is just going to destroy it. And so you have to look at the past to help understand the future.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, okay, we could focus on there's a bunch of fear. We could also look at like, what's the unknown thing that's going to make life 1,000 times better because of this?
And quality of life as far as like, cures for diseases that took years and years and years to, especially debilitating diseases like ALS.
Yes. That
have been around and still it's just hitting people. And there's no like warning.
No.
It doesn't run in the family. You can't catch it. You just because you had a bad lifestyle. It's really horrible, but the advancements that AI will allow to hopefully find a cure for that.
Oh, personalized medicine, genetic editing, all of this stuff is like really interesting.
I mean, I know that they say like babies born today could live to 150.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't want to live to 150.
Maybe. You could go inside the computer? Would you upload
Well, if I looked good.
If your avatar was good, you would go into the computer?
No, I mean, I want to go to heaven, but like, I'm just saying like, have you seen a 90-year-old?
I have.
They look pretty ready to check out.
Dolly
Could you imagine?
Looks like she's ready to.
Well, no, she's good. She's good. She's a rare. That's why you need a lot of money.
I know.
Or be able to suck an elephant down a hose. You know what I mean? Just kidding. Anyways. But and you go 60 more years. I mean, they're going to have stuff that's like going to. I mean, they already started the trials for the longevity medicine, right? Like the first human trial?
I will tell you this. I have gotten to have some amazing conversations outside of recordings with people who are doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And it is far cooler than we can talk about today.
Like with the medicine?
With everything. Yeah. I call it biologics. So that's covering everything from.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Me regrowing limbs to
wrinkle reduction.
Wrinkle reduction is going to be pretty easy.
Okay, so pause on that.
Yeah.
Because every woman here just had a wet dream. Wrinkle reduction.
Yeah.
Because there's this thing called Botox that's out there, and it's just a neurotoxin. That's the main brand, but it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. Is there going to be something that's going
to... I would go put some of your DNA on ice. That's what I would do.
On ice? Well, I have frozen eggs on ice.
Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah.
What? How would you put your DNA on ice? Just get a blood sample and put it on ice?
Yeah. They have services for this.
And why do you suggest doing that?
Well, your DNA, what makes you die is that it constantly deteriorates. Your telomeres, when the strand is rebuilding, I sound like I'm way smarter than I am. I just know like one little
Seriously.
thing. It degrades. The quality degrades as the cells replicate over time. And that's the best
aging.
Thing that anyone's ever described. Any doctor has ever told me that's aging, like in a very simple way. And so I'm always interested to have a DNA sample as young as I could possibly have it, because I would want to know what the DNA looked like at that snapshot.
Wow.
Because if the technology does advance to the point we could, back repair DNA, that would be cool.
Do I have enough DNA within one of the eggs?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in this.
Right. But then, no, that's the crazy. But when you said wrinkles, that's an easy one.
Well, you have the resurrecting woolly mammoths that they found in the permafrost. They're making dinosaurs like Jurassic Park now.
Wait, do you really think the dinosaurs are going to come back? We're so fucked if that happens.
Oh, no. I mean, I've interviewed the people doing it. There's hundreds of people and billions of dollars.
Are any of them in Tennessee? Can we all go take some magic mushrooms and go out for drinks and have this conversation? That was so fun.
My opening line when I interviewed this girl was like, "Have you seen Jurassic Park?"
Yeah.
I watched Jurassic Park to prep for an interview.
And what'd she say?
She laughed. She was, "This time it's going to be different."
Shit.
I said, "Now you sound like a communist."
Hold on. A communist. Exactly, right? You do. Yeah. Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So they're how are they doing this? From the fossils?
They were drilling in the permafrost up in the glaciers or whatnot.
Okay.
So somewhere where there's a lot of ice. They found DNA, well-preserved DNA of the woolly mammoth.
Which was extinct how many millions of years ago?
Back with the dinosaurs.
65 million years ago?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Sure. And they found it, and then they raised a bunch of money and built out teams and teams and teams of people. And they started essentially making this Arctic elephant. Well, they couldn't go woolly mammoth. So they tried to go woolly mammoth first. And they're like, we need a step in between. So they went elephant, Arctic elephant, woolly mammoth. Yeah.
Okay, so they pull the DNA from the woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Because it was frozen in the ice caps.
But they couldn't just recreate a woolly mammoth.
No, they took
so they're
the
creating
DNA.
A hybrid.
Yeah. Well, they found its closest, because the way DNA works is they found its closest thing, and then took the woolly mammoth properties and mapped them onto.
Okay, so have any of these little things been born?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're alive.
They're. I probably shouldn't say that. I can't remember. There have been biologics created, but I don't know if actual woolly mammoths were born.
Okay. And so when do they think the dinosaurs will come back and start roaming the earth?
As soon as we bring them back.
And so this woman who's working on the new Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
What does she think? Are we talking 2030?
So I interviewed her 5 years ago when they were doing the woolly mammoth thing, because it was in the headlines. Resurrecting woolly mammoth. And I was like, we got to have him on the show.
Yeah, no kidding,
What is this person doing?
Yeah.
That project is still going, but she is no longer at that project.
Okay.
And so she was the one that actually made the discovery of the
dinosaur.
The DNA, yeah.
Of the dinosaur.
Yeah.
So through tests, they were able to say, wow, this is actually a dinosaur.
Yeah, this is a woolly mammoth. Mm-hmm.
But what about the dinosaurs?
Well, I mean, isn't the woolly mammoth a type of dinosaur? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I didn't consider it. I consider it more of a mammal.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
This is where my limit is.
Because this is where the hair and the wool, but the dinosaur was.
I'm not a paleontologist.
So, I know, right?
I don't know.
You're like shit. I don't know.
If it's an old giant animal dinosaur, To me,
that's
it's
true.
a dinosaur.
I guess I was looking for more of a lizard-looking thing.
If you're like a reptilian dinosaur, now you're being racist. They have to be reptile dinosaurs.
Yes, they do. Because I called them dinosaur, or I called them a woolly mammoth. I never called a woolly mammoth a dinosaur. That is so crazy. So are we going to have a theme park for this?
I don't know.
Are they just going to let them loose?
They're learning a lot. And they
I'm hitting my back 9 of my life, so it might be good. By the time they bring back T-Rex, I might be gone.
You might be. rewind some of the DNA. I'm sure we're going to be able to do some pretty cool stuff.
Also, no matter what we do, we cannot replace, we're never going to do that. We can't act like God. We can't take over his timeline. You know what I mean? So we can do whatever the hell we want, but when God's ready for us, we're going. And that's my belief.
Oh, yeah.
So you may be like, oh, wow, I thought cancer was going to get her, but the AI tools came, so there's the bus. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know.
No, that's why you have to wake up and live and that's where a lot of mindset training comes in, right?
Yeah, like enjoy every day. You just don't know what's going to. But I would like to, as my time evolves on this planet, I would like to look my best.
Yeah.
And as everybody else would, without it breaking the bank all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
You can try. We can try.
Like AI or just...
No, without breaking the bank. The beard oil is expensive.
The beard oil. Yeah. What is with the beard?
I don't know.
You just grew it one day? I know you're like a tech guy that's like...
It's camouflage.
Amish and
if I don't have the beard, people ask me for help with their Wi-Fi. If I do have the beard, they just leave me alone.
So have you ever been to the Adirondack Mountains?
No.
I feel like I would hire you to cut down one of my trees up there.
There you go. Lumberjack. That's a common...
Yeah. But you're like such a genius.
I am not that smart at all. I like to tell people that my mom was a cheerleader and my dad was an engineer. So I'm like kind of stupid.
Balance.
Yeah.
You got a good balance.
I'm just smart enough to know I'm an idiot. So your dad was a
pain in the ass and your mom was super fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
There's my childhood. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Engineers, they're tough, man.
They're specific. Yeah.
They are. My dad was like, oh, God, engineer clients. And I just had to deal with an engineer on something else. And I was like, good God, now I know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He was Air Force engineer. Yeah.
But they're needed.
Yeah.
So, that is fascinating, just where AI is going. So you are net positive about all this, and you feel people should be.
Yeah.
And you're right. At one point, there were people to take a boulder up a hill.
Yeah.
There were people to answer the phone lines and change them. But we found new jobs because new industries evolved from it. So it's like adapt. But you're right. When you have hundreds of thousands of people losing their job at once and not hundreds of thousands of new jobs to be replaced with,
or just the delay of reskilling.
Yes.
Through jobs. And so it's like, for the people who are listening, what I said before is the thing I repeat the most. Find out how it's being used in your current field, like the highest and best use, and learn how to do that.
No, I love that. I think that's very, very well said.
Yeah, there are still to this day companies that make millions of dollars with horses.
Yep.
So like you can stay in the pocket, pay attention to where it's going, watch the collapse of the space happen, and find out how to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Or you can go get a new skill. You've got options.
So what do you think, like people like Elon that you've listened to think? Like when he said something like, you're not going to need to save for retirement. What do you think he meant by that?
Well, there are a group of people, like investors, who do believe that the cost of goods and services are going to drop dramatically.
Because of the advancements in AI?
Yeah.
Okay. And manual labor because of the robots?
Yes. Well, and if you can imagine, so the reason why socialism...
It should be great to have like the houses and everything go back.
Yes.
But keep my salary the same.
Exactly. But, all right, so socialism doesn't work because it's us taking each other's labor.
Right. It's like I'd work my ass off and now I have to give it to you.
But if there were robots that could make themselves, mine minerals to build new robots, completely make their own replications of themselves without any intervention from us, just do it. And then they can provide us a crazy high quality level of life. Then we just reach this massive level of abundance. And because Elon's working on Optimus, I think that's where he sees the future.
Yeah. I guess they were just waiting for the hands to catch up to be able to.
We're getting close.
Yeah. And do you think that this will be something that everyone will have a household robot?
Yeah, there's some you can buy now for like $30,000.
Which isn't a lot when you think about it. Because if you really did the math and you're like, okay, the housekeeper, the gardener, the this, the that, and you start adding that all up. But also if it's working for the home, it's also a tax deduction.
Well, the moment that they become that company that's selling them 1X, that's what they're called, 1X. They're selling for like 20, 30 grand. They're shipping them at the end of this year. That's when they're first shipping.
Oh, they haven't shipped yet?
No, they're in the homes of the people who work at the factory, and they're making them every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they're like their own customer, just like all the employees have them.
Do they think, did you see that, the Netflix movie where they had the AI robot that was realistic and then they programmed her but she ended up killing everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that these robots could malfunction and become crazy and hurt?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the same way industrial robots today can malfunction and people can lose their limbs. It just happens.
So why would somebody put it in their home? Because the risk is so low?
It's going to be.
But do you think they'll become violent?
I don't know.
I just think anything that something's controlling. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of like the electric cars.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, what? So then the government really takes over and says, now you can't drive? Well, I used your car, at least if I have oil.
Yeah.
I can go where the fuck I want.
Yeah.
So I said, no, we're not playing that game. Sorry. But that's what scares me is like these robots, like who's behind the scenes controlling this software? You just don't know. It's like, is it the Terminator?
And to your point,
I mean, you laugh, but there's real stuff. There's. I talked about this on another podcast. There is legislation in the House, in Congress, saying, is it murder if you kill a robot?
what is it? Oh,
I heard it.
I know which party that's coming from. I'm not political, but I'm not political.
And I was like, no, it's not murder. If it didn't come from God, it's not murder.
Do you
End of
feel?
story.
Yeah. Do you feel bad when you turn your phone off? You know. Do you feel bad when you turn your computer off? Same thing.
What, your robot?
Yeah. It's all electronic. It's all silicon and electrons firing.
No, I agree. But my phone doesn't have arms that could punch me in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. That's true.
No, I'm more concerned. Earlier you mentioned the sentient thing and them deciding that. I'm not concerned about that because I think far before that's going to happen.
Well, we'll probably be dead by then.
Well,
But your kids probably not.
Maybe not. Yeah, but I'm more concerned about people with it. Like, why is there such an emotional difference when you talk with people about if the computer chooses to do it or not, when someone can just tell the computer what to do? I can just be like, murder them. You know, it's like, you're not concerned about that at all, but you're concerned that like one day it's going to wake up and decide you've had enough water. People, it's amazing.
You're right.
I know. It's so funny because I go around, I talk to all different types of people.
And like we pass, do you know that like statistically, like I don't know, it's not every day, especially, well, maybe in New York City it is, but you pass like somebody that's murdered somebody.
Yeah.
I think probably in New York it's once a day.
Yeah.
But here probably once a week, once every a month maybe. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're not a robot.
No.
We're not scared of them. We have no idea who they are.
Out in public is everybody from
life is a risk.
Fresh out of jail, fresh out of mental institutions, all the way up to PhD level scientist. You got a large spectrum of society.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're all out there. And like, that's why like of all the things to be worried about, I'm like, I'm not worried.
You're like, the robots are safer than a random human in my home.
I prefer my Tesla full self-driving to an Uber driver any day of the week.
Okay. Yeah, and it probably smells better. I've been getting in a lot of smelly cars lately. So I don't have a car yet because I came from New York City, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I need one. It's so cheap. And a lot of smelly cars down in the South.
Yeah.
Maybe, they're also only like $5, $6. But smelly-ass cars, I tell you what. Man.
Stinky cars. Nashville's new slogan. Yeah.
The Ubers are cheap, but man, do they stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. But no, I know the Waymoos, but I think people just do it because they're like, it's so cool. Look, I'm in the driverless car. I don't know. They banned them in Atlanta because they kept driving into construction zones.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love laughing at the technology stuff going wrong too. That's fun.
I just think if it's your time to die, it's your time to die.
Yeah.
So you got to live life and not be so scared. And like, listen, if you're the first one that like gets murdered by a Tesla robot, that's kind of a cool story.
Honestly, it's not that bad, you know?
Honestly, you would make history.
All right, here's my question for you. Do you know about the neural implants?
Yeah, like Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How would you make that decision whether or not you would get a Neuralink?
Well, right now, my mind immediately goes to Mark of the Beast.
Okay.
Okay. So as a Christian, anything that goes in the head or the hand could be considered the mark of the beast, and I don't want that.
Okay.
So I would say no.
Okay, so never.
Well, until I really know that it's not the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
But right now,
that's
just my gut reaction to that.
What about meta glasses? They're on your head. Are they?
They're not inside you.
They're not inside you. Okay, what if it wasn't inside of you? What if it was just like a hat that you wore? Or just like a thing that you just put right there? Like a clip?
Yeah. I guess that could be different.
That could be different?
Yeah, because it's not piercing like your...
Yeah. I would have to see multiple people that I respect using the technology and them having tremendous benefit in order for me to consider it. That's where people ask me about that a lot. Would you do the Neuralink? And I'm like...
And what's it supposed to do? Restore vision and...
Well, right now they're starting with the things that you can legally do. Things like paralysis. So you can you can do certain trials on humans if they meet certain criteria.
Okay.
So for example, like if I'm completely healthy and my legs are operating, you can't cut me open, put a Neuralink in there and try to get my legs to work better.
Yeah.
But if I'm a quadriplegic, you can.
So, and what exactly what does it look like? Is it just like a little like clip or like a little chip?
Well,
or
right
like an
now,
SD card?
yeah, it's like this little chip thing that they put into the brain. Yeah.
And how big is it? Like an SD card type?
I don't know. They have pictures. I've seen pictures of it, but I can't remember the scale.
And then they just put it in and it's supposed to help.
They're not the only ones doing it. There's lots of people have been doing it long before them, and there's lots of other people doing it. They're just doing it with true Elon style of like better, faster, cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so these have there been any successes yet?
Oh yeah, tons of success. Yeah, they live stream improving the quality of these disabled people's lives.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
And how much does insurance cover it?
I don't know.
How much are these things? We don't know.
No idea.
It's got to be expensive.
Yeah, I interviewed a guy that implanted one into someone's head who was and the guy who he implanted was the first one to send a tweet with his mind. This was years ago. This was five years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is...
The disabled technology world is amazing. If you want hope, if you want to feel a sense of hope with AI, go over there. It's a beautiful place.
Wow.
Their
Just
quality of their lives are just so
great?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, no, it's true. And that's why I think it's like, when you hear these people freaking out about, these data centers or what they're going to do or the electricity costs or taking water and the fear mongering, fear sells.
Fear is awesome. People go on rampages with the fear.
Yeah. But there's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
That I think I'd rather live with the world. I'd rather live in the world today. Like, okay, I'd rather be in the past for the simplicity of things. Being more connected, not glued to your phone, not having your whole life on display.
Yeah.
More human connection. And I think that's why in this AI world, there's a lot of people focusing on human connection because you can't replace that. There's no AI that can replace.
Well, the past also sucks.
Human.
I mean, we bought the farm. We lived in the middle of nowhere. We got, put the technology away. We did that for like 4 years. So boring. Just staring at a blank wall. I'm like, I should invent an iPad. That's what I should do. It was just boring.
Yeah.
It's real. Like, you got your family there playing games. Like, yeah.
That's true. You do get bored. But we're so constantly distracted that you are only saying that because of the life you know. But if you didn't know that, you would say this is pretty nice.
Would I, though?
I think we just adapt.
100%. I agree with that. We will adapt to anything.
But I like it more because, the improvements of like, okay, for example, like I've had, fillings in the past in my teeth. I moved down here. I go to this dentist and they do an x-ray and this little, little fucker says, we should replace the old dental work, on both sides. I said, what are we talking about? And he quotes me $6,000 for just one side of my mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, they're fine. They're all clear.
Yeah.
Or white. And he goes, yeah, $6,000. And I looked at him and I just said, sir, okay, seriously? I said, what really needs to be done? Because $6,000, that's insane. I could fly to Miami and get a new set of tits for $6,000. And I spent $6,000, and guess what? It's a lot of benefits that come from that. A lot of people get to enjoy them. I get more free drinks. My life gets better.
Yeah.
I put $6,000 in my teeth. Nobody sees that.
Nobody cares.
Okay. Are you kidding me? I'd rather have a new set of tits. Yeah. Tell me when these are actually going to break down. But I feel with the advancements in AI that they could just put like a paste on it and it'll, I don't know.
That's biologics. Yeah. 100%. And it's going to be possible.
Because $6,000. And the thing is, people that even have dental insurance, it doesn't cover shit. It'll cover your cleanings, but like it's still expensive to do dental stuff.
Here's a positive.
Okay.
Now imagine the person that invents that paste was just an average level intelligence person working at a lab, 9 to 5 grind. They don't have $10 million to hire teams and research and stuff like that. And they just have this idea. And because of AI, they can bring that forward in a way that they could never have. Information was so limited. Like the only way I could talk to an expert, back in the day, if I was a king, I could just summon whatever expert geographically is near me so I can talk to them about something.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't the king and I had a question about this thing, how are you going to get that information?
It's true.
And now we're living like kings and queens. We've got PhD level expertise at our fingertips that we can just discuss all day things with. That was one of the reasons why I started my show. So I've been doing it for 10 years, about 1,000 episodes. And I really wanted to get to know other intelligent people in technology. And that was the excuse to do it, was to interview them. Just because I wanted them as friends, but they're also busy working and building things.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, this is like a hack. I can get to know these people.
100%.
Yeah.
So you're 10 years?
10 years, 1,000 episodes. Yeah.
That's great. Mm-hmm. And so it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah. I got to interview the creator of the internet, astronauts when they come back from space.
Creator of the internet. Was that Al Gore?
No, he did the policy. So super grateful. And this is not a political thing, but like super grateful for him doing the policy, which allowed the internet to remain public.
Okay.
At the time, there was a lot of the military had it first, and they were trying to strap it back down to just military use. He did some policy and made it public, kept it public.
Oh wow.
So there's many levels of the internet. Not going to bore your listeners to sleep, but the www that you type, World Wide Web, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, he created it to share research papers at CERN, which is like a science center. And
did they just shut that down, by the way?
I don't know.
There was all these TikToks.
Were there?
They shut CERN down for the next 4 years.
Did they?
We'll go into that next. Finish your thought. So you got to interview the
creator of the World Wide Web, Tim Berners-Lee. That was cool. The guy who flew Elon's first manned mission, Tom Marshburn. He gave me the best advice that I've ever gotten in my life.
What did he say?
He said, I was asking about anxiety and high stress. So he's like a pilot, astronaut, spacewalks, did crazy surgeries, and he's always dealing with high stakes, high pressure things. And I said, well, how do you handle anxiety? And he said, like, if you were to drop in on a battlefield and you're trying to save someone's life and there's gunfire and everything like going on around you, or this bad wreck or something in the middle of the interstate, pile up of cars. He goes, what you do is you make your world very, very, very small, and you focus on only the next exact step you're going to take, the next stitch, the next movement of my hand. He goes, well, you just can't make, and so he gave me that advice 3-5 years, something a while ago. And I have put that is easily the best piece of advice out of 1,000 episodes. It's the most applicable thing that runs through my head constantly every time I have anxiety.
So where you just zero in on that task that you're doing right at that moment.
Yep. He goes, block everything else out, and that's how you survive. And I was like, whoa.
That's great advice. Yeah. Wow. And so you've had dinosaur resurrectionists.
Yeah. All sorts of cool stuff. I can't remember. People will.
The one thing, though, that scares me, though, is we talk about, maybe you've had these people on your show, too, is like and people like Gary Vee have said it, that he looks at somebody our age, okay, and he says, and you're probably younger than me, but he says, the probability of your child or grandchild marrying an AI robot is very high.
Super high.
Our society's fucked. We think dating's hard now. Now I got to compete with the freaking perfect robot with great tits that can basically suck a dick how he tells her to. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Well, look, they'll come about. They'll become a thing. And then there will be people that choose to opt out. Like, look at mine.
Trust me. Dating is hard, and but it can be really wonderful. And I've met some wonderful people, and hopefully, I'll still meet my person. But I think most women would agree. I mean, we've had rubber dicks for years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They used to be wooden.
Vibrators. They're getting better.
Yeah.
Better. There's toys that can hit all 3 holes at the same fucking time. It's like a circus clown now.
Yeah.
But I think that at the end of the day, you still want a dildo with a pulse.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm going to be...
Do I know what you mean? I know what you mean.
Well, I'm glad you're a comedian, too, because you'd be like, this is a fucked up conversation.
This is my favorite type of conversation.
Exactly, right? You're like, oh,
I love weirdness. It's so much fun.
Retired ex-comedian, right? Yeah. Just like, oh, let it rip. Yeah, but like a dildo with a pulse.
Yeah, you want a person.
You do. You want a person. I think I'd rather die alone than fuck a robot.
People are already dating robots.
Like physical
not
robots,
physical
right?
robots.
Oh, but like chat robots.
Chat robots. Oh, it's millions and millions.
I mean, you can go and like they have a chat thing where you're like, tell me a bedtime story, and I'll tell you a whole story.
Yep.
So these people are like, tell me how great. You know what? I should get one that says, tell me how great I am today, and just build your confidence.
You don't have one of those?
I don't have the voice one.
You don't know about Grok?
No, yeah, but that's the virtual to tell you.
Do you know about the?
No, I know about Grok.
The male version. Ani is the girl, and then there's like a guy.
I haven't played with that one.
Fall in love with it.
I don't want to fall in love with it. I just want somebody to pipe me up. I want to put it on and be like, you know what? Get me fucking amped up for the day. Get me amped up for the fucking day.
Hold on a second.
I want to make sure that I make as much money as possible and I reach all my goals today.
All right.
And then I want that playlist to play while I'm getting ready.
Let's do it right now.
Oh, yeah. And you can send it to me too?
We're just going to talk to it.
Okay.
Hey, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Good. I'm here with my friend Madison, and she needs to be pumped up. She needs to have the best day ever, make a ton of money, look awesome. Can you please pump her up, motivate her?
All right, Madison, listen up. Today's your day. You're going to walk into every room like you own it, turn heads without even trying, and stack that money like it's nothing. You've got the energy, you've got the vibe, you've got the power. Now go out there and crush it. Let's make today legendary.
Okay, love it. Now can you now give me a step-by-step plan to do that? That doesn't recognize my voice.
Oh, it says poor connection.
Okay, so do the what's the?
Hold it in the microphone. All right, now Madison wants a step-by-step plan on how to do that.
Got it. Here's your step-by-step plan, Madison. First, lock in that mindset. Stand tall, smile big, and repeat. Today I win.
Today I win.
Next, dress like your success is already here. Pick the outfit that makes you feel unstoppable. Then you're
what?
on fire.
Fuck
What's
yeah.
the first power move you're making right now?
I'm on a podcast with Joel Beasley. Boom.
She said she's on a podcast with Joel Beasley.
Oh, perfect timing. Madison, walk into that podcast with total confidence.
Oh, I'm already
Own your
here.
Story, speak with power, and
Anyways.
let your energy...
So,
Wait, ask it.
Okay.
Ask it this. Say, how can Madison meet her husband?
how can Madison meet her husband?
Put yourself where amazing men are. Go to the places and events that match the life you want to live, because your future husband is already out there doing those things. Show up as your best self with zero pressure, just genuine curiosity about people. The right connection usually happens when you're not even looking for it, but you're open and living fully.
Do one more thing. Say, and where might these events be for me? Madison Malloy, you should find some information on me out there.
What's it saying?
Oh my God, it's searching. It has like 100 results, 31 sources. Wait.
Whoa, that's a lot. Pick the top 3 that actually sound interesting to you and tell me what they are. I'll help you pick the best ones.
She might have shown you something on there.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Yeah, you can keep going, and you can train them too. You can.
I have not played with Grok. I've played with like Perplexity, with Chat, with
Grok
Claude.
is when for voice.
I like the voice.
Voice interact. You can. Make
I would
your
just
own
use
character.
it to motivate me.
You can make a character. You can give it the instruction that you want to be motivated, and then you can interact with it. And if you don't like how it's behaving, you can go tweak the instruction to get it to
Great, it's like a little pep talk right there.
I've been playing with the technology
and it's just getting better and better and better and better.
It's wildly better.
Okay, so what would you, before we wrap up, what would you say to those who are nervous about, well, we already covered like those who are nervous about their job, figure out what AI is coming into that industry and get really good at it.
Yeah.
Also, learn a new freaking skill set. You know, it's always good to have more than one skill set. You should never have you should always have multiple income streams if you can. But what would you say, what would be your message for humanity with the rise of AI? Like if you could give a message to humanity.
A message to humanity about enjoy the ride. It's going to be crazy.
It is, you're right.
It's going to be it's going to be fun. And
what a fucking time to be alive,
No one can
Joel.
control it. Even if our government no one can. The genie is out of the bottle. Like it is out there. It is growing. It is crazy.
It's exciting times. I feel like we're going to get to a point where we're like, oh my gosh, we're all so rich and the robots do everything for us and I don't even have to scrub my toilet. And then Jesus is going to be like, and now you're all coming with me. We're like, wait a second.
Hold
on.
One of the things that's always struck me interesting is in the Bible, in the Lord's Prayer, when it says, make earth as it is in heaven. And so whenever I see the progression of this technology, I'm like, is that not what's happening? Is that not a path that we're on?
It is getting better. And people do say that we're coming into a world with more love, more hope, more joy, more abundance.
We prayed that prayer as a family every night for my entire childhood. And then when I see people, a new technology comes about and they're like, that's making life increasingly better. And they're like, you're playing God. I'm like, God, his order to us is to make earth as it is in heaven.
And he wouldn't have given these ideas to us.
Yeah, that's why whenever I feel like when women, specifically who I've talked to, who are shy about maybe different medications they're on, or even men who are shy about different things, or people who are talking to therapy, whatever, still say, oh, it's not organic. It's like, well, don't even get me started in the organic conversation. But it's an advancement that has, how many people prayed for their solution? And then you're going to complain about the form in which the solution comes?
Yes, you're right. That's true. Because it's that old example. It's like you asked God for a cake and he gave you all the ingredients to make it. Now you're still complaining you don't have a cake?
Yeah. Or a cupcake shows up
true.
and you're like, no, I asked God for a cake. That's not what I want.
Right.
And then a wedding cake shows up and you're like, no, I asked for like a cake. That's a wedding cake. That's not what I want. And like all these things keep coming to you that you want, but like it's not in the exact form that you want it. But the prayers are being answered. That's
true. So you got to open your eyes and look at it and realize that it's not going to come the way you expect it, but to pay attention to the signs. The signs are all around you.
Yeah.
I forgot what movie that was from, but it was crazy. Look at the signs. They're all around. Well, this has been amazing. So tell people where they can find you, your podcast, follow you, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So if you're super nerdy, check out Modern CTO. If you like to have fun, check out joelcomedy.com. I've got all the tour dates coming up.
I love it.
It's all AI powered too, so you can be upset about it or enjoy how great the experience is. You get to pick your own path.
Exactly. And I think the message really is, you have a choice in life. You can choose to be optimistic or you can choose to be pessimistic. Whatever your choice is how you're going to experience life. So just be adaptable.
Yeah.
Be adaptable, be excited, and also lighten the fuck up and let go of control. I think is the thing is there's so much stuff in this world we try to control that we can't. And that's where we get upset, is when we're gripping life by the throat, So just let go and enjoy the ride and do what you can, and the rest shall be.
Well said. You should have a podcast. You're great at this.
I should. I think it's called Next to Madison, which you are right now.
Subscribe, like, share, comment,
please.
subscribe.
We lost our RSS feed about 3 years ago, so we've had to rebuild. So please share it with all your friends. I would love you lots. This was amazing. Thank you so much. This was such a fun episode.
I agree.
What a fun. I've got to have you back about something. I feel like with you, I want to dive into one thing. Like we'll come back and I'll have you back about wrinkles, and then we'll talk about dinosaurs, and then we'll talk about like
dinosaurs with wrinkles,
marrying a robot, dinosaurs with wrinkles. You know what I mean? So it'll be like
a guy did marry a robot. That has happened.
And it was actually legal? Does he get the tax benefits?
Didn't get that far.
Don't you like how my mind went there being a CPA's daughter?
There you go.
Like, did he get the benefits right? All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who has tuned into another episode. Please don't forget, rate, like, share, subscribe, which I already said. Do it again. We will see you next time to find out who's next. Bye.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@nexttomadison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.